Hey guys, Megan here, and time for another book review. Today I'm going to be talking about this. It is book 5 in the Pendragon series, and it is called Blackwater. So, I just kind of realized, I think I accidentally, added this book's prologue into the last book review for the Pendragon series. So, my bad. In this book, Bobby is heading to Elong, which, the area we're in at least, is tropical jungle. And I thought that's cool, something different, and this territory is very different from all the others, which I really like, and I'll explain in a minute. So, in Elong, the dominant species is this species called the Klee. And Klee are basically they're basically giant cats, like jungle cats, but with some human attributes. Like, they can walk on 2 legs, they can talk. They're kind of a weird cross between human and jungle cat. And the humans, which are called Gars on Elong, are less intelligent, shall we say. They are very primitive and more like animals than anything else. And I like that. You know, out of all the 10 territories of Hala, you know, not all of them are going to be taking the same evolutionary route, obviously. That would just be kind of weird, really. So I like that little twist. I really like that. So in this territory, Bobby's going to have some more difficulties, because Gars are treated like animals, and he would be considered a Gar on this territory. They don't talk. They don't really think well, like pets in some cases. Other times they perform tasks that the Klee do not want to do, like cleaning and repairing sewage systems and crap. And Bobby is just having trouble wrapping his mind around that. He is not liking being treated like this thing. Like, he doesn't like being treated like dirt. And I'm just gonna take a second to go back to Mark and Courtney, because I don't think I've talked about them much in the last 2 books. So Mark and Courtney had started high school, and Mark is doing pretty well. You know, he's joined this prestigious science club, and he's doing much better than he has back in, junior high. While Courtney, on the other hand, is not doing so well. It all has to do with sports, too. A lot of the other girls are better than her now. She is not the queen of sports anymore. Before she, effortlessly did well in everything. Not so much now. Now, the other girls basically run circles around her, and she hates it. And she's suffering for it. It's taking a huge hit to her self-confidence. So, she's not doing sports now, which is poor Courtney. I feel bad for her. But, at the same time, I'm glad this happened to her. I feel it's knocked her down a few pegs, which I feel she needed. In the first few books, I felt she was really cocky, and she needed a reality check. So that's kind of what happened, in the last book or 2. Mark's world is slowly getting turned a little upside down, because his, arch nemesis, Andy Mitchell, who is, this giant bully juvie kid, he's the stereotypical stupid bully. And Mark finds out that Andy Mitchell's actually really smart, science and math-wise. So Mark is just kind of stunned at this. He's like, whoa, this isn't right. This isn't right. He's not supposed to be smart. He's stupid. He's a bully. No. So Mitchell joins the Cyclops Club. So Mark is just kind of shocked at this. So we meet the soon-to-be acolyte for the new traveler of Elong pretty early on. He's the first Klee that Bobby has met, and his name is Boone. And Boone is really excited. He's like, yeah, adventure time! I can't wait to face St. Dane. I will kill him! Rah! He's an excited kid. Boone is having a hard time, actually thinking of Gars and other territories as being smart. He was actually pretty damn shocked that Bobby was a Gar. So he's like, this is weird, talking to a Gar. This is strange. And he's having a hard time understanding that St. Dane, this giant evil threat to all that ever was, never will be, is a Gar too. Oh, Boone, you are gonna be in for such a surprise. Oh, the current traveler of Elong, Segan, who is the father of the next traveler, Kasha, disappears. And Kasha is like, what? And Kasha, she doesn't, unlike Boone, she doesn't buy into the whole traveler biz. When her father started spewing all this stuff about travelers and stuff, she thought her father was going insane. And she started to lose respect for him, because she's like, you have such potential to help, like, our people. Why are you rambling about all this, like, nonsense? And she just could not accept all this traveler stuff. So Bobby's gonna have to try and get her to accept it while trying to find Segan. That's all I'm gonna say in my synopsis. I don't want to go into too much detail. I'm going to go into spoilers now, so I suggest, if you do not want spoilers, to click away now. Okay, so Segan dies. Segan travels to Second Earth, hoping to try and find Bobby, because he knows St. Dane is on Elong now. He doesn't know Bobby is on Elong, though. And Segan runs into Mark and Courtney. And Segan dies in the flume, like, minutes after Mark and Courtney are there, and from what Mark and Courtney notice, he was poisoned with the poison from chloral. Now, this mixing of the territories is not good. That is like traveler rule number 1. Do not mix the territories. That is a big no-no. So Mark and Courtney are freaking out because it seems like St. Dane is breaking that rule. So Mark and Courtney have no way to contact Bobby at all, because they don't know who the acolyte for Elong is. Boone doesn't have his ring yet, so they can't get a message to Boone. So they're like, we need to travel. Courtney, like, kind of bullies Mark into traveling through the flume with her to chloral to make sure the poison was what was on chloral and try and get Spader to help them. So, you know, this isn't going to end well. So they travel to the flume, through the flume, and the flume doesn't work right. You know, it gets them into chloral, but it's not, the flume isn't acting like it should be. So that's a bad sign right there. So they kind of talk Spader into letting them go with him to Elong, because they found out that the poison that was ingested by Segan was the poison from chloral. And they have the antidote for the poison at chloral, so they need to get the antidote to Elong. So there's lots of craziness there. Now, all sorts of chaos happens with Kasha, Bobby, and Moon. Through a horrible chain of events, Bobby gets locked into this Gar prison for like a month. And Bobby's really starting to realize, wow, the Gars have it worse than I thought. This isn't good. We found out that the turning point for Elong has something to do with the Gars and what they call black water. And all through this, Bobby is also trying to find Gunny, who is somewhere on Elong. We don't know where. So when Bobby gets out of the prison, he's trying to get Kasha to help him again, because he needs her help. And she's willing to help, if only to find her father. They find him at the flume, and just all sorts of crazy shit happens in this book. I'm trying not to give too many spoilers away, so I'm sorry if I'm being kind of vague and rushed. So we find out the turning point with Elong has something to do with the Gars. The Klee are trying to repeal this act because they are slowly starving. Their farms aren't producing enough food anymore to support the growing Gar and Klee population. So some part of the Klee Council is like, well, let's repeal this edict, which basically allows us to have open season on the Gars. Meaning, they can kill and eat the Gars as a food source. We find out that Blackwater is this like little community of really intelligent Gars, really educated Gars, and they are pretty advanced science-wise, which is cool. They found a way to like grow superfruit, like these big, giant, really healthy crops, and it could potentially end this like potential like food shortage that the Klee are having. St. Dane finds out about Blackwater, and he kind of lies to the Klees and gets them to try and like go in and use the chloral poison to totally poison Blackwater, thus killing all the guards. And eventually the Klee will die too, because yeah, they'll run out of food. So that's where the poison antidote comes in, which Mark, Courtney, and Spader get there. Bobby is really disappointed and pissed that they traveled at first, but he does realize, yeah, this is needed. I'm not happy about it, but I'll go along with this. So throughout this really suspenseful thing, they manage to save Blackwater and get some sort of tentative peace going between the Klees and the Gars. So about a month passes or so, and Mark and Courtney have to get back to First Earth, and Bobby has to go to his next territory, which is Zeta. So Mark and Courtney are going to travel first, and when they use the flume, it starts to collapse and break apart. So Bobby freaks out and starts to run towards light to go to Zeta. Kasha sees that a big rock is about to hit Bobby and pushes him out of the way, and she gets hit on the head. Bobby freaks out and does the first thing that he can think of is to keep running towards the light to take him to Zeta, and he's bringing Kasha along with him to get her out of the collapsing flume. They make it, but Kasha dies. Like, the rock to her head kills her, which is really sad. You know, here she is she's come around to accepting her role as a traveler, and then she dies at the end of the book. And I was just like, what? No! No! You can't kill her! Not yet! So she's the first traveler of Bobby's generation to die. And I can't remember if I mentioned this before, but Bobby's generation of travelers is the last group of travelers to ever be. So now that Cash is gone, there's no more traveler from Elong, and never will be. And Bobby tried to get the flume to work to go back to Elong, but it wouldn't work. The flume was destroyed. There's no way for anyone to get to Elong, and Gunny and Spader are trapped on Elong. So in a way, they essentially lost 3 travelers. 1 to death, and 2 to being trapped. That's basically where we end the book, which is so freaking sad. Oh my god. Shit is getting real, guys. Shit is getting real. So, yeah, that's it for this book review. I will see you guys next time, and see ya.